Hey, it's Myth Monday number 7 on September 7th, 2020. Labor Day.
Lucky.
Is that lucky?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's 2 7s. That's
like
pretty lucky.
It's pretty lucky.
Yeah. It's Labor Day. Do you know what Labor Day means? Because I didn't. For some reason, I never bothered. I just took it for granted, and it's a day off and whatever. Yeah. But it's basically to celebrate workers' contribution, which seems muddled to me, and I want to get into the history, because I'm not sure if it's actual workers' contribution, because maybe it's just celebrating that people are no longer slaves and we don't just celebrate the kings and it's actual workers, or maybe it's a union thing. I think it sounds like a union thing. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's not important. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it confused me.
Happy Labor Day.
Labor Day. But what we do want to talk about is...
Oh, our myth. Myth number 7 on the 7th.
Oh, and the myth. Well, we should formulate it so it sounds like a myth.
Right. The myth is I have to buy my house and sell my house on the same day.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy because I have to move everything.
Everything. Within like an hour. I got to be out of my other house and into my next house.
I have to have all my stuff out of my house into a moving van or into my parents' garage or into a storage trailer or storage unit before possession day, and then move everything back over.
Which usually happen at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Around noon.
And we've had a ton of people kind of stress out about that and say, how are we going to do that? Like, it's not going to work. We have to go on holidays, or I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to do that thing. And
the closing date is the same day, and where are we going to get the movers?
So stressful.
Or the movers are late, and now what do I do?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes things just don't work out, and there's problems. So, a product.
I say there's a product here.
A product. Why can't I say that? Like, I now no longer can pronounce product. No, it sounds funny. Was invented so that we can avoid that, and it's called
bridge financing or interim financing.
Interim financing, bridge financing, and what?
But
basically
bridge financing sounds more fun because it
bridges.
Because it bridges.
Basically, you have a loan on 2 different properties for a short term, as long as they're conditionless.
Yeah,
so you've removed conditions on the one house that you're going to buy, and definitely people have committed to buying and have removed conditions on the buying the house you're getting. Yeah.
They're both solid deals. It's going to happen.
Yeah. And so in most cases, it works for like 2 or 3 weeks. So if you need kind of that week to move out of your place into the new place,
repaint your next house,
repaint, whatever. But I didn't know this, because I typically will use it for maybe 1 week, perhaps as long as 3 weeks. I don't even know if I've done one that's 3 weeks.
Yeah. They usually don't go past 120 days, but they can go up to like a year,
which is nuts.
But your interest for that is like,
yeah, but
you're paying for that convenience.
Right, but it's actually quite cheap for a week to 2 weeks. Like, it's not that expensive at all. A couple $100, I think. But if you think about that, to ease your transition, moving from one place to another, or paint before you move in, or
like you pay more for a massage to alleviate the stress.
Yeah, depending on where you go for a massage. But anyways, so that's...
But we are not like the specialists in the mortgage department. We just know of things like bridge financing. So if you're stressing, you're like, I have to sell my house and buy my house on the same day. We're like, you got to talk to your mortgage specialist about bridge financing.
And we're telling you now, because we're so lovely.
So lovely.
Yeah.
But if you're a first-time home buyer, this is not really your problem. So
it don't much matter to you.
No.
And if you're renting, you just have to rent for another month or whatever, something like that.
Well, you get more flexibility. But anyways.
So we wanted to dispel the myth of having to have
everything
your old
lined up.
home closing on the same day where you get the new one, and move everything over, or have to move everything into some sort of intermediary storage or whatever. It's not the case.
Yeah, they're just using the equity from your previous mortgage to help you out with your next one.
The only time where you can't do that, I helped somebody sell their place, and they didn't have a mortgage. It was all paid off, and then they were buying a place cash. They couldn't get interim financing. No, the banks were like, no, we're not doing that, because there was no loan for a mortgage in the middle. So that's the only thing to keep in mind, or as a caution. But most people are not in that situation. So anyways, just thought I'd let you know, and that's it. I think that's
it.
Good.
Yeah. Myth Monday number 7 on the 7th is now also busted.
Have a great day not laboring on Labor Day. Or if you're laboring, that's sex. And also...
Hopefully you still have a great day, though.
Yeah. Means that Labor Day was a waste. You got no benefits. Okay. Anyways, that's it.
Okay, bye.